Hey friend, can I ask you something real? Have you grown tired of pretending? You smile when you have to. You get through your day, you scroll, you keep going. But deep down, there's this quiet ache that no noise, no achievement, no distraction can truly silence. Maybe you felt it too, not just distance from people, but a slow, subtle drift from God, and it didn't happen overnight. Somewhere between the heartbreaks, the busyness, and the numbness, something in you pulled away. You didn't mean to wander, but life wore you down, and now you find yourself thinking, how did I get here? Maybe you still believe in God, but deep down, you've stopped believing. He still wants you. You wonder if he gave up, if your silence lasted too long, if your mistakes stacked too high. Maybe you've whispered to yourself, I'm too broken, too far, too complicated to be loved. But here's the truth. He never left. Not for a second. Not when you went quiet. Not when you fell. Not even when you stopped looking for him. Romans 5-8 says, while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Not after we figured it out, not after we got clean, but right there in the middle of our mess. That's how deep his love runs for you. And maybe you've been carrying it alone. The guilt, the regret, the pain you don't show anyone. And maybe you've thought, I'll come back to God once I fix this, once I fix me. But listen, healing doesn't begin after you clean yourself up. Healing begins when you stop pretending. When you come honest as you are. Grace was never something to earn. It's a gift, one you simply receive. And maybe you've already experienced him before. Can you remember that moment? Maybe it was a quiet prayer, a verse that stopped you in your tracks, or tears you couldn't explain. That was real. That was him. And he hasn't changed. But somewhere along the way, another voice crept in, loud, accusing, condemning. You're too far gone. You should have known better. You had your chance. But that voice, that's not God. His voice is firm but never cruel. It's clear but never crushing. And it always calls you back, not to shame you, but to love you home. You haven't gone too far. You haven't messed up too much. He's still whispering, come to me. Think about the prodigal son. He rehearsed his apology. He expected rejection. But the father saw him from a distance and ran, not to punish, but to embrace, not to lecture, but to restore. That's how God sees you, not crawling back in disgrace, but walking into arms that never stopped waiting. And maybe what's holding you back isn't doubt, it's fear. You're afraid to hope again, afraid to feel, because people let you down. Maybe you let yourself down too. And now you wonder, what if God lets me down too? But friend, he won't. He's not like them. He doesn't flinch at your weakness. He's not tired of your questions. And he never, ever regrets loving you. You were made for him. And he still wants you fully, freely, completely. Maybe you've tried everything, success, relationships, comfort. But the ache remains. That ache, it's sacred. It's the space meant only for him. Even if you stopped praying, he's been listening. Even if you walked away, he's still been watching the road, not with wrath, but with mercy. You don't need a perfect moment to come back. You just need one honest one. James 4:8 says, "Draw near to God, and he will draw near to you." That's not a theory. That's a promise. So if your heart's beating a little faster right now, don't ignore it. Take that step. Whisper his name, and you'll find he's already closer than you think.